Coach Rick Pitino would have said this is simple: win and we are in the postseason. 15 and 14 so far. They started well, 5 wins in the first 8 before just 1 win in the next 6 against bottom club Darüşşafaka here. That led to the change of coach with Pitino arriving, and they did get an immediate response, beating CSKA here in round 15. That started a run of 5 straight home wins, but their road losing streak extended to 9 games before finally solving that problem at Gran Canaria in round 24. Finding form home and away. They also won at Darüşşafaka, CSKA and Milan as part of a 6-game winning streak before finally falling so dramatically at the buzzer here last week to Real Madrid. Last week against Madrid, they led by 18 points at the end of the first quarter. They held the lead over the defending champions for 39 minutes before one of the EuroLeague's greatest ever game winners from Rudy Fernandez. Here's the starting 5 they'll go up against tonight: Jackson, Cole, Shehovic, Clark and Bitadze. So Norris Cole and Goga Bitadze both return and both get the start as Buducnost bring their A-team to try and spoil the party. For Panathinaikos, Kilpatrick, Calathes, Thomas, Papapetrou and Papayannis, who starts for the 8th straight game under Rick Pitino, only averaging 4.1 points through the course of this season, but had 9.7 rebounds and a block against Madrid last week. And the 21-year-old keeps on getting better and better. The odds, facts and stats are in Pana's favour here tonight. The Greens are 10 and 4 here this season. Buducnost 0 and 14 on the road. Pana average around 5 more points a game, and they're 9 and 0 so far when they've scored at least 85 points. Tonight's opponents concede 84.9 on average. Having said that, the Montenegrins are a team full of long-range bombers capable of getting hot on any given night. That 3-point shooting is Pana's downfall, and they'll have to deal with the immense pressure this evening as well. The stage is set. Let's hope the roof has been reinforced. It's the final stop on the path to the playoffs. 1 game left, 1 more win needed. It is all or nothing in Athens. And Buducnost start with the ball. The handoff from Earl Clark. They move it around the perimeter where they are so dangerous. Edwin Jackson, one of their key weapons from the outside. Norris Cole, capable of shooting a 3 as well, but one of the most dangerous players in the competition on the dribble drive. It's a contested 3 way off the mark. And the perimeter defense from Pana from the start is up to the test. Now you can see half-time elsewhere, and Milan winning by 7 on the road in the second quarter. Baskonia at half-time winning by 4 on the road at CSKA. Wow, what a start to the evening. What a start to round 30. 2 teams who desperately need to win are winning elsewhere. And Panathinaikos are winning here. The first score from Ioannis Papapetrou. Norris Cole. Edwin Jackson. Goga Bitadze, who was rested last week because of Buducnost's involvement in trying to return to the EuroLeague via the Adriatic League playoffs. Norris Cole has been rested previously himself as well, as Buducnost try and balance their commitment to this competition despite already being away from the playoff fight. With returning here, Calathes on the charge. Kilpatrick, the hesitation and the score. Pana quickly off the mark with the first 4 points. 2 assists already for Calathes as Bitadze muscles past his opponent mid-air. An imposing way for Buducnost to get on the board. Thomas. There's a foul from behind on Suad Shehovic. First foul of the game. Papagiannis will hand it off here. Bounce pass through the gap and another foul, so 2 on Buducnost already. Just to try and fill you in with what's happening elsewhere, if indeed we do have road wins for Milan and for Baskonia tonight. And Panathinaikos win here, and Žalgiris go down, then we could have the playoff picture sealed already. Quick pull-up jumper to tie from Norris Cole. Still a long way to go in those other games. Kilpatrick. Papapetrou looking to bundle his way to the basket. It drops, but the foul is on the floor. It is the 3rd foul on Buducnost in just over 2 minutes at the start of the game, though. Bitadze grabs the rebound here off the quick attempt, and Buducnost have a chance to take the lead. Norris Cole. And the outside shot goes, the first 3-pointer of the night, a 7-0 surge for Buducnost, and it's Bitadze who hits the 3, would you believe? All the long-range shooters they have at their disposal, and it's the giant Georgian centre who gets one to go from downtown. Coach Rapessa's team picking up a 4th foul inside of 3 minutes, though. Any further fouls for the rest of this quarter send Panathinaikos to the line. And Kilpatrick stops the rock. Panathinaikos back within 1. He's got 4 of their 6 points so far. Jackson. Oh, Clark to Bitadze, hands it off on the perimeter this time, gets it back from Cole. The big 1-2 punch combination from Buducnost, and Bitadze forces Pana into their first foul. On Ioannis Papapetrou. 2 huge bodies colliding in the paint. Papapetrou 2 meters 20. Goga Bitadze 2 meters 12. Bitadze already off the mark with a 2-pointer and a 3-pointer. Not yet a foul shot, though, as he misses the first. He's averaged 11.8 points, 6.3 rebounds, including 2.8 offensive rebounds, and an insane 2.5 blocks per game over 12 games since signing for Buducnost mid-season. Calathes floating one off the window. Panathinaikos back level. Calathes on the mark. There's a block as Panathinaikos look to pour forward now. Papagiannis against his own backboard. Calathes, Papagiannis rolling inside, creates the space on the perimeter for Thomas. There's Papagiannis, big at both ends. Panathinaikos back ahead. 4 points for Papagiannis. Home fans turning up the volume as Bitadze threatens another 3. Passes it off to Jackson. He's going to shoot. Nobody guarded him, but it's off the mark. Tip to Calathes. Thomas. Looking to bully his way to the basket. Wouldn't go. Over the top of Earl Clark. Some physical defending, some physical offense. Bitadze left free on the foul line, gives it to Clark instead, and he does the damage. 2 threes for Buducnost inside the opening 5 minutes. There's the block from Papagiannis as Cole tries to go all the way to the hole. And Papagiannis says, not in my house. And that is now a block in 7 out of 8 games for Papagiannis since arriving in the starting lineup. Calathes going around the screen of Buducnost. Taking on the 3 after a bit of a hesitation and missing it is Papapetrou. Norris Cole leading the offense here for Buducnost. Bounce pass, and Clark will put it in. We've had several indications that this is not going to be plain sailing for Pana here tonight, as Calathes sails through the defense and it's knocked away and beyond the baseline. Calathes, he'll take on his first three-point attempt and he gets nothing but net. Nick Calathes, who was just 1 of 8 from downtown in defeat here last week, ties the score. 5 points and a couple of assists already. That three-point shooting is his Achilles heel, but he gets his first long ranger to go this evening, hoping to make them when it matters, as of course he did so dramatically on the road in Moscow not too long ago. Pana won that one just about at the buzzer. They lost here at the buzzer last week. We've seen so many dramatic finishes, but early on in this one it's 13-13. Calathes. Baskonia up by 7 now, Milan up by 11. There's a foul. Baurovic from behind. Incredible to think that 4 of those 6 teams going for the 3 playoff places had games against the top 4 in the standings to finish. Panathinaikos with what you would call on paper an easier task, but those other teams are rising to the challenge on the road tonight already. No matter what happens in those other games, if Panathinaikos win this one, they are in. They lead by 2. And Buducnost turn it over for the very first time, actually. First turnover for either team after nearly 6 minutes. Not well saved on the baseline as Panathinaikos tried not to turn it right back over. Papapetrou did well. Calathes gets it in, and Papapetrou very nearly put it in. Instead, he will have to earn them both from the foul line. He knows that each and every point matters here tonight. Plenty of pressure on Pana, especially in these situations where they have time to think and to understand the gravity of the situation. Papapetrou misses both. The lead is still just 2 points. Gordic. Baurovic hands it off to Cole. Trying to find a way past Calathes, and all over him was Buducnost as well, and forcing a turnover. The 2-man trap on the sideline. No way out for Norris. Calathes goes around the high screen towards the edge of the paint. He'll give it to Buducnost now. Wants to attack Bitadze. Papapetrou there to grab the loose ball as Bitadze came across to try and block, but there was a foul. Buducnost do, thanks to Bitadze, have that great shot blocking ability in the paint. Panathinaikos have to show their intent to attack on the inside tonight as well, though they can't just rely on their outside shooting, which has been so patchy through the course of the campaign. It will be one of the game plans of Buducnost tonight to use Bitadze's huge physical presence and shot blocking ability to force Pana out of the paint. Papapetrou missed his first two from this stripe, he hits his next two and doubles the lead to 4. Norris Cole. Gordic. Around Bitadze. Here he is again, free in the lane to rock the rim. Podgorica looking to spoil Pana's playoff party. 8 points already for Goga. Trying to fight his way down the lane was Papapetrou. Langford will shoot his first shot of the game and knocks it down so adeptly from downtown. That's what Keith Langford is all about. Less than 2 minutes in the game. A two-time Alfonso Ford top scorer. Playing a bit of defense there as well, aggrieved at the call. But pinpoint precision on the offensive end. Shooting 40% from downtown this season. Bitadze with the big dunk before that. Panathinaikos up by 5 now, though, after that 3. Gordic gets trying to block him off, and so too was Papagiannis. Calathes working with Papagiannis on the perimeter, behind the back pass, Gist for 3, bang! If last week was the shot that silenced the Oaka, that one summoned the revival. Panathinaikos up by 8 points. Listen to these home fans now. Bitadze puts it on the floor and gets fouled. Panathinaikos wanting a treble. What a pass from Calathes at the other end of the floor, though. Before that incident, just here. Flicks it behind his back, and James Gist from downtown raising the roof. Home court heartbreak at that end of the floor from downtown for these fans last week, of course. Rudy Fernandez hitting, releasing the ball one-handed with 0.1 seconds remaining on the clock. They thought they were in the playoffs until that moment. And their team have responded so well and made them believe again. Buducnost not budging, though. Bitadze up to double digits in the opening 8 minutes. 6 points the gap now. Papapetrou just about able to grab the handle on the ball at the second attempt. Langford looking to dizzy the defense on the dribble. He pulls up for the long 2 in the end and misses it. Bitadze a flying take on the boards. 3 rebounds as well now. Here's Jackson. Bitadze setting the screen here and receiving it on the pick and roll from Gordic. Back out wide open was Jackson. Chose not to take the 3. Instead, he passes on responsibility to Nikolic, who knocks it down. Jackson wide open, passed it up. That's rather unusual for him. Nikolic, though, had such a hot hand last week, and he gets going already this week. Langford on the drift towards the baseline, couldn't quite get it to fall. Here come Buducnost again. Jackson, this time he is going to shoot with a hand in his face. Can he get it to drop? Yes, he can. The touch from Nikolic helping his teammate that time. And Panathinaikos, who led by as many as 8 points here, have been reeled back in. Let's see, did Nikolic get a touch? He did. 4 quick-fire points for him, and Panathinaikos call a timeout.
No inside people anymore. And on the motion offense, you got to keep screening and keep moving. You just stood there and watched. You made him take a bad shot because you stopped screening and moving. Go on, man. All right, now guys, shot 5. Wait for the screen. Wait for the screen. Come on. James, you'll be on the left, and you'll screen pop, okay? You'll be here on this side. As soon as he catches it, actually fade a pop, and then get ready to go to the basket, okay? Seal that guy, get him up.
Here's a look at the impact, and what an impact so far of Goga Bitadze. 10 points, 3 rebounds in the space of just 7 minutes on court. He's 3 of 3 from the field, including hitting a 3-pointer, and 3 of 4 from the foul line as well. That's the kind of muscle that Panathinaikos have to deal with here tonight in what is surely a must-win game for them. Final minute of the first quarter to come. Panathinaikos leading by just 2, having led by as many as 8. Lucas Calathes in for the first time. Gist. Across to the far side. They'll take their time in the half court here, Pana. James Gist again. Guarded by Bell. Backing in against the double team. Can he find a pass out? Langford locked and loaded in the corner, but missing. And Nikolic reels in the rebound. Gordic. Buducnost looking to level here. Skips into the lane, back out. Bitadze threatens another 3. Here's Bal, he's going to take it on from the outside. The rebound grabbed by Buducnost. Final seconds now of the first quarter. Langford goes behind the back. Into the lane, gets a good look at the basket. Misses though on the turnaround. And that will do it for a fascinating first. Panathinaikos putting up 23 points very impressively, but Buducnost coming right back at them with 21. An 8-point lead cut to just 2 at the end of the first. Panathinaikos 23, Buducnost 21. Playing just under 9 minutes. He's yet to miss a shot from the field. It's going to be a nervy night for these fans at the Oaka. Ajax Milan now up by 12 points at Efes. Baskonia by 7 at Ceska. Some incredible scorelines already this evening. Rebound for Jackson off the miss from Panathinaikos. Buducnost a chance to complete that comeback that they started towards the end of the first quarter now. Gordic. Over the head pass to Danilo Nikolic. Step to the side 3. Off the front rim. And Calathes looking to lead the charge forward to Pana. The quick turn from Gist and a foul. So he will go to the line for 2. It's the second foul on Goga Bitadze as well. That is significant at such an early stage in the second quarter. Gist a 71% free throw shooter through the course of the season. Averaging 7.5 points a game. 3.7 rebounds. He was scoreless though in 18 minutes against Madrid last week. He missed all 3 of his shots from the field. Although he did grab 5 rebounds and come up with 2 blocked shots. He splits the trip to the line. Pana by 3. Jackson. Gordic. Up against Calathes here. Gordic dances his way past Calathes. Can't get it to go on the teardrop, but there was a foul. Gordic to inbound from the baseline. Quick catch and shot from Danilo Nikolic, who remains red hot. 7 points already after his 25 against Barcelona last week. Calathes. That one halfway down, back out, and tipped back in by James Gist. Looked like the initial one from Buducnost was going to go. Gist made sure with the putback up to 6 points already. Here's Bitadze, blocked off on his path through the paint. Almost got it to go with the pretty finish. The mid-air pirouette from the big man. So close, turning around, throwing the ball overhead. Instead he goes to the strike for two. Buducnost looking to get back level again. Bitadze looking to move to 12 points. Signed in December from Serbian side BC Mega. He was named in the finals first team at the EuroLeague's Next Generation tournament a couple of years ago. His stock continues to rise. 12 points in 11.5 minutes. Langford. Lojeski on the turnaround, misses. Bitadze looking to tip it to himself. Instead, Calathes in front of him to grab it, and a foul on Bitadze is that. Now if it is, no, it looks like Nikolic. It would have been the third foul on Bitadze. Or maybe it is. The camera goes to Nikolic, but he was just so upset because he knew what had happened. Bitadze is the player who caught Calathes across the wrist, and that is his third foul. We may not see Bitadze now for the rest of this half. Calathes. He misses. No putback this time. Grabbed by Bell. Gordic goes behind the back, around the screen on the perimeter, shoots from the foul line. Misses. Way wide of the basket. Calathes into Thomas. Buducnost battling away on the boards, and a foul. Third team foul on Buducnost. He will be fuming though at Bitadze's third personal foul. We're going to see the return of Earl Clark to the court. And Danilo Nikolic with 7 points goes to the bench as well. So the two top scorers so far for Buducnost both sitting. As I say, it would be a risk from coach Rapesa to put Bitadze back in at any point in this half now, having picked up 3 fouls. It is 5 and you're out in the EuroLeague if you're new to this competition. 5 team fouls, the maximum in each quarter. There's a whistle away from the ball handler, Jackson. Oh, Clark a little banged up. That does not look good. Two of Buducnost's key players in trouble. Clark with injury and Bitadze with fouls. There's a tangling off the ball. Clark has gone to the bench. Jackson goes around the screen of Devon Williams, across to the far side it goes. The floater off the window had too much on it. Panathinaikos grabbed the rebound. Just a 1-point lead here in the second quarter. Calathes passes it off. Lojeski going through the gears quickly. Back out to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick plays the pass as he's falling down to Calathes, who skips past the defense to score. 7 points, 5 assists already for Nick. He's 3 of 4 from the field now as well. A timeout here with Panathinaikos leading by 3, 29-26. There's still a long way to go in this second quarter. Pana's lead has been as many as 8. It's just 3 now. Over in Istanbul, Milan have led by double figures, but Efes reeling them back in. Baskonia still have a healthy lead in Moscow by 11 points. And you can see Efes back within 4 against Milan. Cole. Oh, meandering dribble all the way through to score. Norris Cole beating everybody. Lojeski. For UCAS, bounce pass, the cut down the baseline from the far side, just about able to gather is Thomas. Wants to go to the basket, had it knocked away, can he recover? No. Bell sparks the fast break. Cole, Jackson, Panathinaikos back well in transition. Jackson blocked off by the huge framer for UCAS, and here come Panathinaikos. It's a 4-on-2 momentarily here. Calathes with the pass, and Thomas drawing the foul. With regards to those other games, Baskonia will finish 6th if they win on the road in Moscow. Milan will qualify with a win, providing Maccabi lose tomorrow or Baskonia lose their lead tonight. They could also qualify if Pana win this one and Žalgiris lose later on. So plenty of possibilities open up for Milan to get into the playoffs, providing they can hold off the Efes comeback in Istanbul. Here goes Cole again, the long two. Cole is heating up. Buducnost back level. 6 points and 4 assists now for Norris Cole. Calathes, a free path through the paint, couldn't get the layup to go. Rebound Williams, and here come Buducnost to try and take the lead now. Cole dancing his way through the defense again, scores once more. Buducnost ahead from 8 down. Norris Cole with 3 consecutive scores, up to 8 points. Lojeski for UCAS. The atmosphere is quietened a bit here, thanks to the resilience, battling characteristics of Buducnost, who have come to Athens very focused on causing a huge upset. Meanwhile, over in Istanbul, Efes are now ahead against Milan. For UCAS, taking on a shot and hitting to get Pana back in business. The equation for the Italians is very simple. If they lose, they are out. Cole. This time passes it on and turns it over. Turns straight back over though. Fans want a foul, they don't get it. Bal, Nikolic onto the corner. Here's Norris Cole to hit the 3, no. Fine margins as he brings that streak of 3 straight scores to a close. And there's a foul as Thomas tried to battle his way to the basket. Buducnost at the foul limit very early in the second, as was the case in the first. Still nursing that injury, Earl Clark. It may be that coach Repesa doesn't risk him for the remainder of this one, given that Buducnost perhaps have bigger fish to fry in terms of the Adriatic League, trying to return to the EuroLeague next season by winning that competition. Pana lead by 2 points here. Cole. Popovic back to Cole. They look to drive in past everybody. Rebound grab by Bell, back to Cole. Here he goes again, right hand now. Dishes it off to Barovic, and there he is on the boards to score. Norris Cole once more, double figures for him now. Gist hands it off to Calathes. Kilpatrick will float one, wouldn't go off the window, and a foul as Gist went for the rebound. A push in the back as he took off. 34-34. They might well be on their feet for the entirety of this one. Panathinaikos have got to the line for plenty, but their percentage is not good. Nine of 15 as a team now. Just 1 of 3. He does get the second to go, though. Seven points for James Gist. Cole. There's the confidence of Nikolic to take it on straight away, and it seemed to be rolling around the rim for an eternity before it popped out. Again, fine margins coming into play. Pana still lead by 1. Gist twisting away, and a foul on the floor from Barovic. James Gist will go back to the strike, though, because Buducnost already at the limit. Look at that. Third foul on Barovic. His team have already got Bitadze on 3. Gist is now Panathinaikos' leading scorer with 8 points in just 6.5 minutes on court. He misses the second, though. Pana by 2. Gist only 3 of 6 from the line. Cole. Efes are leading by 5 now at the end of the third quarter against Milan. Cole will take on a long 2, misses. Kilpatrick big on the boards. Calathes. Here's Thomas. Thomas, lovely move. Will it fall? Yes, it will. Twinkle-toed DeShaun Thomas. 5 points for him in the first half. Popovic. And there's a foul on Gist as it went into Barovic. Well, this first half is certainly going down to the wire. Can his team take the game down to the wire? And they turn it over there. Nikolic had a foot on the sideline. That's 6 turnovers on Buducnost. Panathinaikos have only turned the ball over twice in the whole of this first half. There you go, those fine margins coming into play again. The tip of a heel. And Gist is feeling it right now as he shows his muscle. 10 points for James Gist here in the first half. Here goes Cole. Always wants to take it on. As close to the hoop as he can get. He's got such ability and pace to beat players on the dribble drive, but that time Gist getting his feet set in a good position. And Cole couldn't find a way around him. So Gist doing it on the defensive end and the offensive end here. Panathinaikos by 6, 2.5 to play in the first half. Calathes. Into James Gist, give it to him every time. He continues to score at will. JG going crazy. 12 points for Gist, an 8-point lead for Panathinaikos again. Buducnost forced to call timeout here. And that was assist number 10 from Calathes already as well. Well, this man just continues to go above and beyond. A league best 8.6 assists per game this season. He's got 10 assists in the first half of this one. Quite remarkable. After 14 points, 9 rebounds and 5 assists against Madrid last week. 10 points, 9 assists in the round 5 win at Buducnost. He is up to 7th place all time now in the EuroLeague's assist list. He's moved from 8th to 7th with his display in this first half. Gist to Calathes. Can he conjure up one more? Taking on Jackson, stepping back, he'll fire a three, Calathes, not this time. Thomas couldn't quite get there ahead of Nikolic. Calathes hit his first three-pointer early in the game, but misses his second attempt from downtown. Wasn't far off. Gordic and Calathes getting back to block the passing lane into Jackson. Great effort on defense from the EuroLeague Steel leader. Three-pointer off the inbound wouldn't go. Kilpatrick the rebound. Panathinaikos looking for their first double-digit lead here. Kilpatrick to Thomas for three. Yes! Pandemonium. The lead is 11 for Panathinaikos. Fans and their team starting to feel it here. The basket won't count for Barovic as Papapetrou gets called for the foul. Remember, Panathinaikos 9-0 this season when they've hit the 85-point mark. They're at 45 in the first half. Three-point shot from Nikolic off the mark. Calathes with the rebound, looking ahead. Straight away, the cavalry arriving. They'll have to settle for the half-court offense. Calathes. Gist quickly moves it on. In behind the defense to score again is Thomas. Panathinaikos putting on a clinic. The lead is 13. Thomas up to double digits as well. Final seconds of the second. Buducnost put up such a challenge for 15 to 16 minutes, but Pana have gone up a gear as Gordic goes through the gears to score. 11 points the lead. Calathes running the show. He'll take his time with just a few seconds to shoot. 5 to shoot now. Calathes. High to Gist! There's magic in the Athens air. Calathes conjuring that moment of magic. And a trademark JG jam. 11 assists for Calathes in the first half. And 14 first half points for Gist. (49-36) off the buzzer-beating alley-oop at the half.
Norris, you were right there for 16 minutes, but you still came down in double digits. What do you think of the second half? What must you improve?
We have to improve our interior defense, our help side defense, and then we have to convert on offense and not turn the ball over.
Thank you.
10 points and 4 assists in the first half for Norris Cole as Buducnost put up a fight, but Panathinaikos are now bursting away.
A close one for 16 minutes becomes a double-digit lead. Was it about stops and defense that gave you this spark?
It was definitely about stops, but it was also about keeping them from shooting threes. They're a really good three-point shooting team. They play hard. If we take them out the line and take care of transition, I think we'll be okay.
Thanks, James.
14 points in 10 minutes on court for James Gist. 5 of 5 from the field, including that highlight reel play at the buzzer. He leads all scorers now. Bitadze on 12 points early on, but he's since picked up his third foul. Half-time score at the Ioaka, 49-36. Panathinaikos shooting the better percentages inside and out, and just 2 turnovers in the whole of the half. Calathes is yet to turn the ball over and has 11 assists.
Well, we've got to drive them up that three-point line. The reason it was so tight early, our philosophy was, look, if they beat us off the drive, so be it. Can't let them beat us giving up threes instead of twos.
Thank you, Coach.
Patino striving for perfection with Pana. They've continuously improved since he took the job and grasped his concepts. And what a run of form they're on, looking for a 7th win in 8 here to make it into the top 8 and reach the playoffs again. And look at their shot zone, shooting the ball very well, 52% on the inside, and the vast majority of those attempts have been right in the paint, as you can see. They're also 4 of 10 from downtown. So much more joy in the paint now with Bitadze having to go to the bench in foul trouble. Ioannis will come in to start the second half. So too will Goga Bitadze on those 3 fouls. Here we go, start of the second half. Buducnost begin with the ball, trailing by 13. Cole. There's close finishes in both of the other games that are going on right now, both in the final seconds. Bitadze back in the game, finding Jackson for 3. That's a start for Buducnost. Edwin Jackson reducing the arrears to 10 with his first 3-pointer. That's just what I was saying. Buducnost can get hot from the outside and close this gap. Calathes, 11 assists without a turnover in the first half. Remarkable stuff from him. Kilpatrick draws contact. Calathes' career high for assists, by the way, is 16. Jackson making sure Panathinaikos remain within touch, but Panathinaikos right back at Buducnost quickly with Papapetrou. Jackson, Bitadze. Here he is again, threatens the long 2, gives it back to Norris Cole. Bitadze, those two playing 2-man basketball, and Bitadze will go to the foul line. It looks as though CSKA are going to prevail over Baskonia in Moscow. That is the game that Panathinaikos fans will be watching the closest elsewhere, because that affects whether they will finish in 6th or 7th with a win. His team heading for 6th place in the standings at the moment. And that would mean they match up with Real Madrid. Still a long way to go in this one. Kilpatrick to Thomas. Knocked away. Quick hands from Cole. Buducnost looking to make it a single-digit game. To the far side, Jackson locked and loaded again. Misses this time though. Into 3 already in this quarter, but he misses that one in transition. And the basket won't count for Papapetrou. After the foul from Clark, good to see him back after that injury scare in the first half. And that one is just about in the books in Moscow. CSKA 5 seconds away from a win over Baskonia. Calathes. Here's Thomas, wide open for 3, got it! DeShaun Thomas stretches the lead back to 13. And he now has 13. Cole, lovely pass. Bell. Looking to answer back with the 3 and misses. Calathes. Papapetrou. He wants to go to work. The height mismatch against Cole. Forced back by the presence of Bitadze, though. He'll force anybody back. Papapetrou, shot clock to 5. He's going to fire the static 3. The rebound, Bitadze, his 6th of the game. Cole, bounce pass, trying to go through the gap, and Kilpatrick knew it and stuck out his foot. That score in Moscow is a strange one, as CSKA win it 82-78 over Baskonia, who can still qualify despite defeat. But it's a strange one for Panathinaikos fans, who might have preferred Baskonia to win that. 3-point shot off the mark. Calathes playing quarterback, but it's too long. A rare miscalculation from him. And I'll tell you why Panathinaikos fans might have preferred Baskonia to win, so that they could finish 7th rather than 6th and match up with CSKA, because Panathinaikos beat CSKA home and away in this regular season. Bitadze. Cole back into Bitadze, looking to bully his way through to the basket, forced into the miss though by Thomas. Confirmation of that final score in Moscow. Calathes hanging one high. Ioannis going high to finish. Real Madrid up in the early exchanges against Žalgiris, and it's also finished 101-95 to Efes over Milan in Istanbul, which means AX Milan are eliminated. Calathes gets it back from Thomas, over the head pass. Here's Thomas again for 3, halfway down and back out again. Jackson. Clark spinning towards the baseline, misses the shot though. Buducnost really struggling here at the start of the 3rd quarter. Calathes getting bumped by Jackson. And Buducnost have picked up 3 fouls in the opening 4 minutes of the second half as well. Calathes with his 13th assist. 3 off his career high now. He has shown he's human though. He's got 1 turnover now. Calathes. Kilpatrick in the lane. Can he get it to go off the window? Tough shot. Buducnost trying to stay in the game right now, could really do with a score, and there's a foul in the paint on for UCAS. Just to confirm, Baskonia have qualified for the playoffs despite that loss. They qualify because Milan lost as well. So Baskonia are in. Cole. Jackson. And there's a whistle on the play. A huge boost for Baskonia as they look to reach a Final 4 on home court at the Fernando Buesa. They got Toko Shengelia back from injury as well. At the moment, it looks as though it is going to be Panathinaikos in 6th and Baskonia in 7th. 8th place still up in the air. Žalgiris started the round in 8th. They're on the road at Real Madrid right now, the early goings of that one. Maccabi and Olympiacos to play tomorrow, still hope to squeeze into that final position. Cole for 3, no, rebound Thomas. Pana up by 15, looking to stretch it here with Calathes. Twisting and turning and passing and bringing everybody into play. And bullying his way through the paint was Thomas, who really does have the bit between his teeth now. 13 points in 19 minutes so far. And he attacks Barovic strong and will go to the foul line. It's a 4th foul on Barovic, who's giving Bitadze a break right now. Bitadze on the bench on 3 fouls. DeShaun Thomas up to 15 points, comfortably scoring into double figures for the 10th time in his last 11 appearances. Gordic, intercepted. Lojeski needs to grab it. Kilpatrick left it on purpose, hoping that he could get free down the floor. Now they'll have to reset and play in the half court, but who better to do that than Nick Calathes? Well, blocked off that time, only his second turnover. Clark going all the way through, misses, not once but twice. It will still be Buducnost ball, but they are really struggling to score now, even when they get a good look at the basket from close range. Oh, Clark missing the wide open layup. We've got a timeout here with Panathinaikos leading by 17 in the third quarter, 58-41. Olympiacos need Žalgiris to lose to have a chance of getting in tomorrow. So too do Maccabi. It could be done and dusted, perhaps, tonight. Lojeski tangling with Barovic. Thomas coming up with the ball. Calathes bounce past Kilpatrick. It was just a bit too high for him. You could see what Calathes was trying to do, but 3 assists, or 3 turnovers rather, in 5.5 minutes at the start of this third quarter from Calathes after 0 turnovers in a blistering first half. Panathinaikos still have healthy breathing room. Cole. Gordic will shoot the 3 and hit the 3, and Buducnost not done and dusted just yet. Panathinaikos, remember, threw away an 18-point lead last week here against Real Madrid. They've led by as many as 17 in this one. It's down to 14 now. Lojeski, Calathes for 3, way over the top of the hoop. Buducnost would fancy themselves in a 3-point shootout as they drain their second triple in quick succession. Back within 11. And it gets a little twitchy in the Oaka. Calathes to Thomas. Kilpatrick. Panathinaikos need to settle themselves with a score. Instead, they turn it over. Here come Buducnost again. Gordic looking to make it a single-digit game now. Will Clark back to Gordic. Barovic will put it in. Buducnost on the comeback trail, and Patino forced to call a timeout here. A 17-point lead has turned into just 9 in the blink of an eye.
You're shooting yourselves in the foot with stupid passes. You got to go after that ball. That was a good pass. Guys, when we do a rescreen, Matt's coming out before the guy even screens. You got to wait and then move. You got to get around front if you should switch. He took a shot in the corner. Nobody got back. There was no man here. Guy.
Three minutes of the third quarter to play. Gist dominated the second quarter. He's in here for the third. Receives a pass from Calathes and emphatically gets Pana back in business. 16 points for Gist, 14 assists for Calathes. Clark Shoots over the top of Thomas, misses. Gist grabs a rebound as well. Calathes goes behind the back. Dazzling dribble all the way through, coast to coast. Quality from Calathes. Barovic to the basket. Those home fans have found their voice again as Calathes goes quarterback once more and Gist gets fouled. Calathes turning it on like a tap. The bounce pass to Gist followed by the coast-to-coast drive. And the behind-the-back dribble over Earl Clark with perfect elevation on the shot. And the quarterback pass to force the foul on Gordic. Two assists away from his career high now. To think that he leads the EuroLeague with 8.6 assists per game, which is way ahead of anybody else already. And he's got 14 in the first 27.5 minutes of this one. Big foul shots from Gist. "18 points for him now. Panathinaikos lead by 13 with just over 12 minutes to play. Gordic. Back out to Cole. He'll put it up on the fadeaway. Can't get it to go after the foul. Just look and listen. The Green Army turning up here again in their thousands to get behind Panathinaikos and to try and push them into the playoffs. We know that Baskonia are in. We know that Panathinaikos will be in if they can win. And they will be 6th if they can win. We know that Milan are out. We know that Maccabi and Olympiacos, who both play tomorrow, need Žalgiris to lose right now at Real Madrid. The playoff picture is becoming clearer and clearer by the play. Pana turn the ball over again, though. That is something that has crept into their game here in the third quarter. Just 2 turnovers in the whole of the first half. They've had 6 turnovers here in the third quarter. The lead is still double figures for now. Cole back out. Earl Clark for 3. Got it. Buducnost closed the gap to 8. Patino's not happy at all. They will remember the way Real Madrid came back here from a huge deficit last week. Blocked off on his route to the rim by Bitadze was Langford as well. Clark just has to try and keep it alive off the stray pass. Here's Bitadze, back to Earl Clark again for 3, not this time. Thomas the rebound. Calathes with the floater, wouldn't fall. Grabs the rebound though as it was batted back out. Misses again, but he's helped out by Papapetrou. Huge hustle play for Panathinaikos, who lead by 10 again. 6 points for Ioannis. Cole on the floater as well, misses. Langford is there, ahead of Bitadze, who was blocked off by Papagiannis. Langford trying to conjure room on the perimeter, misses the 3. Cole. Final seconds of the third. Cole goes straight to the hole and misses. He's absolutely adamant that he was fouled. The officials give him nothing. Shot clock turned off now at the end of the quarter. Ball in the hands of Calathes. Final few seconds. Calathes lost it on the dribble. Bitadze has to heave one from half court. And that will do it for the third. Panathinaikos have led by as many as 17 points. They still have 1 foot firmly in the playoff places, but Buducnost have given them something to think about, closing the gap to 10. At the end of 3, Panathinaikos 66, Buducnost 56. 66-56 at the end of the third. Panathinaikos the better percentage on the inside. They're even percentage-wise from downtown now. Panathinaikos not doing their best from the foul line, which could come back to haunt them. Žalgiris have tied level with Real Madrid, 27 each in the second quarter of that one. Žalgiris need a win to keep their playoff dream alive. And there's a look at things as it stands. Milan are out. Below them, Maccabi and Olympiacos hoping to still creep in, providing Real Madrid can do them a favour against Žalgiris tonight. Here we go, start of the final quarter of the final game of the regular season for these two clubs. Panathinaikos hoping to go on into the playoffs. Buducnost looking to end on a high. Pana up by 10 points. Calathes bumped across to the far sideline. It will still be Pana possession. 5 on the shot clock. Was there a foul there? You can hear the whistles and the cheers from the home fans. The shot clock will continue to wind down, and Calathes from way beyond the three-point line hit his first three-pointer, but he's now just 1 of 4. And Buducnost a chance to bring it back within single figures again. Nikolic will take on the 3 and misses it. Podgorica have had some good looks that they've not taken advantage of from the outside. They're way below their season average from range. Otherwise, Panathinaikos would be in trouble. Papapetrou attacking strong and scoring to steady the nerves. Gordic. Oh, pirouette in the paint from Gordic, and he drains it. 10 points the difference again. There's a foul on the far side. This one's still too close for comfort for Panathinaikos. And for the thousands in attendance here with 8.5 minutes to play. Langford got caught there. Bottom left of your picture by Edwin Jackson. Jackson playing some tight and tenacious defense, too tight. A couple of quick fouls on Buducnost. Calathes pushes to the corner. Thomas takes on the long 2 and hits it. DeShaun Thomas up to 15 points. In fact, make it 17. And make it 15 assists for Calathes. Bounce pass into the lane. And Bitadze with a blockbuster. 10 points again as these two continue to trade blows here in the fourth quarter. For UCAS, they back off him, invite him to shoot. He doesn't. Instead, they'll take it on from the far side, off balance, and over the rim was Thomas. Not beyond the baseline with 6 seconds on the shot clock, which doesn't reset because Thomas missed everything. Here's Calathes. He scores again. 11 points, 15 assists, 9 rebounds within touching distance of the EuroLeague's first triple-double in 12 years. Panathinaikos by 12. Jackson. Nikolic to Gordic. 5 to shoot. Gordic takes on the 3. Buducnost was underneath it. Calathes grabbed it, which would have completed that triple-double had there not been a foul. Nikola Vujicic with the previous 2 triple-doubles in EuroLeague history. Calathes looking to become just the second man to do that. What a remarkable season it's been for him. What a remarkable turnaround it's been for Panathinaikos. Bell gets it to go. There's still work to be done though for Panathinaikos. Calathes into Langford. Langford looking to go off the window. Gist grabs the rebound, back out. Calathes passes it on for another assist. Papapetrou couldn't make him tie his career high. Buducnost turned the ball over in transition. And for all of this box score watching, there is still plenty that Pana need to watch down on court because they're only up by 9 points, 72-63 here in the 4th quarter. (72-63). Gist with 18 for Pana. Bitadze with 16 for Buducnost. 8 rebounds for him as well. Calathes there, 9 rebounds you can see. 15 assists, 11 points. He's 1 rebound away from just the 3rd triple-double in EuroLeague history and becoming just the 2nd player in EuroLeague history to accomplish that.
Nick, what was that call there? What happened in that last play defensively? Well, you got to do it, guys. You got to do it. Come on.
I'm not going back to it.
Press offense. Press offense.
Round 1 of the 2005-06 season, round 6 of the 2006-07 season. The only 2 triple-doubles in EuroLeague history. Calathes on the brink. Panathinaikos on the brink of the playoffs. 6.5 minutes to play. Their lead is 9. Still plenty of I's to be dotted and plenty of T's to be crossed before they can count their place in the top 8. Those fans believe, though, especially with their magic man in the mood. Calathes. Thomas. He passes it on one more to Langford, shoots over the top of Nikolic. Calathes on the tip, wouldn't go down. Trying to grab that rebound on the offensive end, but Nikolic there in front of him. Jackson. Edwin Jackson again. And an offensive foul against Buducnost. Nick Calathes has grabbed that 10th rebound. We've got it on our stats now. 11 points, 15 assists, 10 rebounds. Calathes putting on a clinic and writing records. Only the 2nd player in EuroLeague history to have a triple-double to his name. The first in 12 years. Panathinaikos' magic man with a magic night. The man Rick Pitino has called the best passer he's ever seen has shown just why. And he's shown just why he is one of the most complete players that the EuroLeague has ever seen. He's milking the congratulations, and rightly so, from the thousands in attendance here in the Oaka, raising the roof. It is Nick's night. History made at the Oaka. And Panathinaikos on the verge of the playoffs as well. Still very much locked in his sights is a career high for assists as well. 15 so far. One more would tie his career high. When Panathinaikos had a game and a night in which they needed their talisman to step up, Calathes has certainly done that and then some. Listen to the home fans with Calathes handling the ball again. Thomas, Papapetrou in behind, but off balance mid-air, missing. Cole. Bitadze trying to receive it. Calathes adds a steal to that impressive stat line and a pass for Gist. And now he's asking for the unsportsmanlike as Gist was bumped beyond the baseline. Jackson has picked up his fourth foul. Barovic has fouled out for Buducnost. Bitadze has done well to not pick up a foul in this second half after 3 in the opening 12 minutes. Buducnost have 4 team fouls to their name though here in the fourth. They've committed 14 fouls altogether. Gist now has 20 points to lead Panathinaikos in scoring. They'll try and come up with a steal, saved on the deck though. Bitadze, Cole from a couple of feet back, misses. Bitadze battling on the boards, but it's going to be Panathinaikos ball. Slowly but surely, play by play, point by point, second by second, they are getting closer and closer to that place in the playoffs. And there is that fourth foul in timely fashion on Goga Bitadze. 16 points, 8 rebounds for him, but now hanging by a disciplinary thread. Big players with big personalities and big character have stepped up with big games for Panathinaikos on such a big night. 21 points for James Gist, 6 off his career high now. Nikolic. Cole will take on the long two and hits. 11 points the lead, 5 minutes to play. 14 points for Norris Cole. He finally gets going here in the second half. Calathes. Papapetrou. Takes on the long two, misses it, trying to grab the long rebound. Cole gets there ahead of him though. Buducnost have a chance to make it a single-digit game again. They're delaying the party. Can they spoil it? Nikolic. Passes back out. Gordic will take on a three over the top of Gist. Danilo Nikolic trying to watch it fly down. And there's Gist going all the way through. .23 now for James Gist, who's yet to miss a shot. He's 4 off his career high. And Panathinaikos lead by 13. And Calathes ties his career high for assists as well now. 16 for Nick Calathes tonight. He's already made history with the first triple-double in 12 years. He's looking to write more. Looks like they're ready to get the party started. They certainly are now. Calathes again pulling all of the strings, a career-high 17 assists as part of his historic triple-double. The postseason party is underway at the Oaka. Timeout, they lead by 15 in the fourth quarter. Your 7 days magic moment. The alley-oop pass as James Gist jams to beat the buzzer at the end of the half. Calathes with one of his career-high 17 assists, and James Gist with 2 of his 23 points. There's a look at his stat line today. Those 23 points coming in just 17 minutes. 7 of 7 from the field, 8 of 12 from the foul line as well, recovering after missing a couple early on. And 5 rebounds, including a couple on the offensive glass. By the way, the all-time EuroLeague record for assists in a game is 19. Calathes currently has 17. Žalgiris up by 9 on the road at Real Madrid now. What a remarkable night here in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Pana turn it over. Their job is nearly done, but not quite. Cole for 3. Misses. Bitadze. Shot clock down to the final few seconds. Gordic. He wasn't aware of the shot clock. Buducnost turned the ball over for the 17th time, which is 7 more than Panathinaikos. Calathes is tied level on 17 assists with Marcus Williams of Crvena Zvezda, which is the 2nd best tally ever. He was close to dishing the best assist ever there. Great effort from Jackson to block off that alley-oop pass, though, from Calathes. Clark. Gist blocks it off. He's got Calathes for support here. Cavalry arriving. Calathes throwing the alley-oop pass again. Kilpatrick, though, couldn't reel it in. He can afford to smile a little bit behind that grimace. Only one player on one night has had more assists in a EuroLeague game than Nick Calathes tonight. Stefan Jovic, back in 2015. Gordic will float one short. Here come Panathinaikos in transition again. Kilpatrick, grabbed by Thomas. Now Gist. Kilpatrick, bang! Get the playoff party started. Sean Kilpatrick up to 7 points. Panathinaikos lead by 18. There's another rebound for Calathes, just in case it was in doubt. 11 rebounds, 11 points, 17 assists. He's come so close on so many occasions this season. What a way to get that triple-double in the final game of the regular season. Bitadze. Offensive foul against the Georgian. Bitadze is gone. He and Barovic both fouled out. He did well, in truth, to last until the final minute and a half. Buducnost are gone, though. That's it now. Panathinaikos by 18 points. Can afford to celebrate. 83-65 the score. Well, the playoff picture could be complete tonight. We know that Baskonia are in. It's all but confirmed now that Panathinaikos are in. And if Žalgiris win, then they are in as well. And Maccabi and Olympiacos would miss out without even playing yet in round 30. And Milan would miss out after their defeat on the road at Efes earlier this evening. There is still, it has to be said, a huge caveat to that. There's a long way to go in Madrid. Calathes. Will it fall? Oh, not quite. That would have been the 18th assist for Nick. Just listen to this Oaka crowd as Rick Pitino, who has called Calathes the best ever passer that he has seen, gives him a standing ovation by taking him to the bench with 72 seconds to play. Their talisman, their hero, their history maker here tonight. It is a night that will live long in the memory. It looks as though the final stat line for Calathes will read 11 points, 17 assists, 11 rebounds and 2 steals. Konstantinos Mitoglou coming on as well for the final seconds. High fives and hugs all round on the Pana bench. They can afford to sit back and relax now. Ready to burst into celebration. Lukavicius. That's a lovely pass, finished off by Mitoglou, who's only just come in. Panathinaikos will go up against Real Madrid in the quarterfinals. Clark spinning and turning the ball over. Only around 1 shot clock remaining. We've had that stat line updated, by the way. Calathes now with 18 assists. Final seconds. Someone's done some checking back somewhere, giving him the extra one. The equation simple. Pana plus Pitino plus Calathes equals playoffs. An historic night in Athens. Nick Calathes with the first EuroLeague triple-double in 12 years. He also sets his career high of 18 assists, the second most dished out in EuroLeague history. And Panathinaikos will go to the quarterfinals to play Real Madrid. Nick Calathes, 11 points, 18 assists, 11 rebounds and 2 steals. A performance index rating of 29. Taking many of the congratulations, but so many stepped up. James Giss led the way with 23 points for Panathinaikos, which was only a few off his career high. DeShaun Thomas at 17. And Ioannis Papapetrou had 12. But Calathes was the story. The final score at the Oaka, Panathinaikos 87, Buducnost 67, Panathinaikos in the playoffs. Your Adidas player of the game might well end up the player of the season. A night that will be remembered for a long, long time. The first triple-double in 12 years in the EuroLeague, only the third ever, only the second player ever to record a triple-double. And he also sets his career high of 18 assists. Only one player can better that tally in EuroLeague history. There's a look at that triple-double, also 2 steals on that stat line. A remarkable night when Panathinaikos needed their talisman. They got the very best of him.
Accolades before playoff spot, but a triple-double, just the second player in EuroLeague has done so after 13 years of Nikola Vujicic. How are your feelings?
It feels good. Obviously, it's an honor to be next to that guy. You know, to be even considered how a legend he is as a player and what he accomplished. And you know, I know I got close a lot in the last couple of years, but it feels good to get it, but it feels better to be in the playoffs. What we've been through this year as a team, winning the last 7 of 8, that's the most important, and I think we're playing our best basketball right now.
Did you even believe 2 months ago when you came back from Tel Aviv with 3 straight road defeats that tonight you would be here?
We believed as a team. We have a veteran team in that locker room, the coaches and the players. We believe that we could be in this position at this time because as a team we knew that we could get better. I don't know how many people believed on the outside, but I know in that locker room we believe we can win a lot of games in a row and play our best basketball. And you know, every one of these guys are playing at the top level, and that's what we need going into these playoffs. Last thing, Madrid again. Is it payback time? Obviously, you know, we owe them one. That's for sure from last year. You know, we're going to be a tough team. It's not going to be an easy playoff series. It's going to be a grind for both teams, and we're confident that we can go in there and beat them in their home court. Huge grats. Thanks.
Confidence sky high at Panathinaikos, especially when he is in this kind of form. 11 points, 18 assists, 11 rebounds, 2 steals in 36 minutes and 44 seconds on court. Quite remarkable stuff from Nick Calathes.
Let's take it back 2 months ago. Did you even believe when you came back from Tel Aviv and your backs were against the wall that you're going to be here, you're going to clinch the playoffs after 10 games?
We didn't know how it was going to happen, but we believed. You know, the guys in the locker room, the coaching staff, you know, that's all that mattered. You know, I know everybody was against us. Everybody was kind of down on the season that we were having, and rightfully so. You know, the games weren't looking good. The team wasn't in good shape. But we stuck together. We kept believing. We kept working hard. At the end of the day, that's all that matters, is what we believe.
So how about Nick? He seems to be, you know, the matchbook that sets everything on fire.
I mean, for sure, he's a huge part of the team. You know, he does a little bit of everything. Plays defense, facilitates the ball, he scores for us, he keeps the pressure on the defense. You know, and that's something that, you know, is tough to guard when he can do a little bit of everything. You know, you can't guard him for one thing. You don't want him to score 20 points, but you also don't want him to have 20 assists. You know, so he's real special.
How about Madrid? Second in a row. You feel that you owe him something?
We got to get back to the drawing board. You know, I don't want to speculate on anything. But we worked hard to get to this point, and I think right now we're ready for the playoffs.
Thanks, James.
What a way to fly under the radar for James Gist tonight. 23 points, 6 rebounds and a block. Shooting 7 of 8 from the field, including that one from downtown and that play of the game off one of those 18 Calathes assists. How many times have we seen those two combine, not just tonight, but throughout their careers together at Panathinaikos? And they combined to deadly effect here this evening. Bitadze was deadly early on, but then had to sit out on foul trouble. And Panathinaikos burst away into a double-digit lead towards the end of the first half. Buducnost trying their best to reel them back in, but to no avail in the end as Panathinaikos win it by 20 points. Calathes, the man of the moment. Panathinaikos into the playoffs. The final score, 87-67 to Panathinaikos here in Athens. They shot the better percentages inside and out. 7 fewer turnovers than Buducnost, and they won the battle on the boards as well. Grabbed 3 more offensive rebounds, 6 more altogether. Buducnost will finish 6-24 in the regular season. Panathinaikos will finish 6th with a 16-14 record. We'll have a look at their shot zone here. So many of them coming in the paint, so many of them in the paint with Bitadze on the bench. That foul trouble really was pivotal. And they hit 6 3-pointers as well. Let's hear from Rick Pitino.
Coach, you finally clinched the playoff spot, which 2 months ago would have been kind of absurd. What are your feelings?
Well, I'm elated because the strategy of this game was if they were going to beat us, they were going to beat us in transition. If they were going to beat us, it was going to be from the three-point line. So they were 8 for 28 from the three-point line. We did our job there. Nick Calathes, I think it's his first triple-double in the EuroLeague. Yep. If he's not the MVP of the league, I don't know who is, because he's brilliant. But James Gist gave us a big lift. All the guys played terrific. I replaced an outstanding coach. He's every bit as good as me or any other coach in the EuroLeague. But the guys had to change their culture. For defense, offense, they had to change their whole mindset because they were hanging their heads when they lost rather than doing something about it. And so I give the guys all the credit in the world because they changed the culture, and now we're in 6th place going to the playoffs.
You know, as best as anyone, that a dangerous team coming into the playoffs can go all the way. Maybe it's not that important what you do in the regular season, but rather the speed that you have going into the playoffs. Are you a dangerous team right now?
You know, I think because we play so hard and we've got such a great attitude, of course we're dangerous. But Real Madrid, I don't think we'll lose sleep because they're at home. But we're excited. We're super excited to make the playoffs. We dedicated this game for the uncle of this program, the godfather of this program, who passed away. Dimitri's lost 3 uncles in the past year, and that's not easy to do. And we dedicated this game to a great uncle who bled green, and I think he's smiling up the stairs from heaven.
Thank you, Coach.
Always wise words and a fascinating insight from Rick Pitino. 87-67 the final score. Home wins for Efes and CSKA sees Milan out and Baskonia in, albeit with that defeat. Real Madrid currently trailing by 9 points at halftime at home to Žalgiris. If that one finishes that way, then the playoff picture will be complete this evening. Before we finish tomorrow, it would see Fenerbahce match up against Žalgiris, Baskonia against CSKA, and we know Panathinaikos will take on Real Madrid, a rematch of last season when Madrid won that series 3-1. Pana had home court advantage last year. This time it would be Real Madrid. We'll get confirmation of those matchups here. Real Madrid against Panathinaikos. And that's after Baskonia's defeat tonight. Otherwise, Panathinaikos and Baskonia would have finished the other way around. Barcelona Efes, we already know. CSKA will play Baskonia now. Until next time, keep it one team, one way, one play. Keep it the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.